We're going back into our fourth day. Probably shouldn't be drawing attention to that, given that I've been breaking down these videos into multiple videos, but I'm only human. Anyway, doing a little bit of a recap from yesterday. We've learned that driving is not one of those skills that continues to improve if you don't make an effort. And we took a look and gained a new tool in our investigative notebook, the toolbox of things that we do in order to bring in criminals effectively. We learned that criminals have a tendency to take a box, pump it full of clothing that they murdered a person in, and then neatly lay the murder weapon just on the surface of those clothes, providing probable cause, a bunch of evidence, and, well, pretty much everything that you need to throw them into federal death prison. So, yeah. Not exactly the most, well, I suppose a criminal genius is a hard thing to cultivate. Alright, we're going to jump back in and get involved on another case and pick up this beat. I plan on running from 12 to about 2:30 today, so we're just going to do what we can for it. Alright? Alright. These loading screens are just like one big slice of American pie. A snapshot into a time period that is way long gone. The White Shoe Slaying. I'm reminded of Bacano, a show that involves a bunch of people being murdered on a train over the course of a long series. There's a dude in like a solid white suit with solid white shoes that dances in blood, and he is terrifying. Oh no, lady, you are really, really drunk.
Hey lady, get out of the road!
Or out of it in some other way. You poor thing. Cut to black. That's always a good sign.
Good morning, gentlemen, and what a grand morning it is too. We have just cause for celebration. Galloway and Phelps are sending another fiend to San Quentin. A nice showy trial, and he'll be strapped down with gas seeping into his tiny reptile brain. Now, to fresh business. Galloway and Phelps, the task is at hand. The address is on the hill, north downtown off Fremont Avenue.
Well, at least he's finally back to commending
is the
me.
new letter genuine?
Now, boys, we all know how many imbeciles have confessed in the short case.
Oh, man.
Ray Pinker will let
They're still going over the
indeed.
Black Dahlia stuff that we've
We
been
keep
working
locking
on.
them up, but the bodies keep piling up.
Yeah, Californians love a fad, Phelps. As long as the bricks hold up in San Quentin, there'll always be killers in this town to see.
Makes sense. So, aside from reptile
Sunny
brain,
California. When's it going to stop?
that Irish police officer captain, he continues to surprise me in just how much his disappointment in my inability to follow the investigative process is. He is remarkably effective at making me feel bad about the job that I do. So we're going to try to actually do this one somewhat by the book. There's going to be a little vehicle damage, but when isn't there? Alright. I wonder if this rain is actually going to affect the way that the driving pattern handles, or if it's going to be more like Grand Theft Auto, where it's like a pretty aesthetic thing, but like not really that, like, overall. I'm going to assume that it's just like a nice set piece, you know, a weather effect. I don't know, board programmers want to show the diversity of an actual life for that realism effect. I love it when a game puts a little bit of dedication into realism, but I also love it when they get goofy and cartoonish. Otherwise, I wouldn't spend so much time playing Overwatch. I got my Junkrat shirt on today to be evidence enough of that. I'm thinking that at some point, me and my friends are going to have to jump on, and I'm going to have to give you guys a taste of what it's like to watch me get my ass destroyed in Overwatch. I usually do gold, and that's about it for each of my competitive matches, so it's not like you're going to be watching a diamond player. However, the commentary will be at least tin quality, if not gold. Oh man, I actually have backup for once. Tell that they had a hard time with that, with him clipping into the road briefly.
496 Broadway, you have another assignment here, Central?
Detectives?
Ooh,
Phelps and Galloway.
nice
Homicide.
jacket, man. I want one of
Scene is
those.
secure. The rest of the patrolmen are going door to door, canvassing for witnesses.
He looks like he's trying to be a
Thanks. Keep me
Blade-style
Will do,
policeman.
detective.
This looks awfully familiar.
I think that's the impression
I
the
hunt
boys from the
vampires
Examiner
in my
took
off
of them
time.
as well.
There's nothing original under the sun. Why should murder be any different?
What do we have so far?
Not much trace evidence to speak of. Storm blew in around 10 last night, and the rain washed most of it away.
And the body?
Looks like she was tipped out of an automobile from the tire tracks and superficial injuries. Strangled with a length of rope. And for my money, it's triple braid again.
Time of death.
From her temperature, maybe 2 a.m., but it was cold last night.
Usual head injuries.
Blunt force trauma. Knock him over the head, then strangle and mutilate. No message with this one.
At least she was left clothed.
I doubt very much he was concerned with her dignity.
The green silk dress is very distinctive. Any sign of her other shoe?
Ah, white
No.
shoe murderer.
And no handbag or other personal effects.
Robbery. Alright, let's look over this unfortunate cadaver. God, they did a really good job making this exactly as
There
uncomfortable
appears
as
to
it
be a
needed
dry cleaning label. Superior Laundry Services, F1363.
Okay. Ring? Nope, no ring finger. So that's a first clue that it's not actually related to the murders, although the other ones haven't been related to the murders either, so... Okay, nothing going on there. And...
I think I've seen it
nope,
all.
put it down. Center body. Okay, apparently that's all we can do for that. Alright, what else do we got? There's a marker over here. Set of
No drag marks.
boot prints.
Killer was moving around, surveying the scene.
What size boots are those? Because, like, I know that 8s have been super important because it's just, like, very specifically a small man's shoe.
Our driver and our killer are most likely one and the same.
I'm a little bit more of a mutant personally. I have size 14 feet, so, like, literal flippers. It's ridiculous. I was on the swim team for a great many years, and that was always, like, a good thing for me. What is this? I see you there. The money was left, but the handbag was taken.
Nothing significant.
Okay, apparently that's nothing significant. And also there's just $5 on the ground and no one's claiming it in 1947. There's a cigarette.
I doubt it.
They're everywhere in the 50s and 40s. Big Tobacco had America by the balls. And people are drinking in the park some more.
Doesn't look like anything.
Okay. It's to the point where this is starting to become a grind for me too, you know? It's the same 4 crime scenes. Something's got to be done about this. Hey, you. Okay, you don't have anything unique to say, and the coroner is gone, I believe. Let's go call this in. Uh-oh, what are you doing here? Oh, hey dude, what's up? Good to see you. It's the same 4 crime scenes that we've been looking into, basically.
This lady thinks she has something for us.
Hopefully something
Phelps,
better than that
LAPD.
hat.
I'm Mrs. Barton, Catherine Barton. I live just across the way.
Alright.
Did you see
Suspicious
anyone
people.
around here last night?
Not last night, but yesterday, early evening, I saw that awful hobo.
Awful hobo? What, like Tin Can Joe? What's going on? Let's good cop this.
Do you have a description?
Tall, gaunt, horribly disfigured. I think he may have had an accident in the war. He's a very scary, angry man.
Any idea where we might
I
find
mean,
him?
he's homeless.
One of the hobo camps around here. He's some kind of hobo leader. They all follow him around.
The hobo leader?
Thank you, ma'am. You've been a big help.
The hobo-mancer.
course. Anything
The
I can
man
do
with
to
the
help.
power to control all
I hate to think that
hobos.
something so ghastly could happen right here and nothing be done about it.
Not bad. Okay, so locations. We now have access to a dry cleaner that we need to find in a hobo camp. So we need to call this in on one of the police boxes without destroying it or maiming it. And it's conveniently located right here in the middle of this, like, deserted park. Oh, shit.
Cole Phelps, badge 1247.
How can I help, Detective?
I need an address on Superior Laundry Services.
Just a moment.
Also a hobo camp.
Superior Laundry
Have there been any major reports of
1260
smells wafting
West
on the
First
breeze, or perhaps...
Can you track down reports of hobo camps in the vicinity of Signal Hill?
Just a moment,
Oh, hey,
Detective.
dude, what's up? Oh, that's cool,
There's
man.
a large camp under the bridge on Grand between Temple and Sunset.
Thanks, ma'am.
I'm not exactly certain what that cryptic message means, but... Let's go to the laundry service first. No, let's go... Hobos are transients. They have a bad tendency of wandering the fuck
I think
off.
we ought to investigate the hobo lead.
Well, if you think we ought
The
to,
Legion
I
of
guess
Hobos. Ah, okay. Thank you. Thanks for the clarification, man. Yeah, no, we gotta go, like, track down the Legion of Tin Can Joes. This has got all the markings of, like, a little Cthulhian mystery. All they need to add is some cryptic runes and, like, some people who are a little bit too down on their luck, and things are gonna get, like, freaking occult. Unfortunately, I don't think that even using DLC they went alongside that. It's amazing how many games add DLC that just literally loses the plot of a game. Just recently I was playing through, what was it? Sleeping Dogs, which is like that Shanghai police officer drama. Because apparently for once in my life, I decided that I really wanted to be able to, like, firmly commit to, being a police officer instead of a general menace to society. Anyway, the first DLC plot that they ended up doing was about, like, a gangster who had been fed into a cat food grinding machine and had been fed to, like, the local area. And it's just, like, there were vampires or Jiangxi involved and, like, a bunch of stuff about, like, heroin zombies. It was an absolutely bananas freaking thing to play through. That being said, every once in a while, like, you need a little bit of crazy in your life. It's that little bit of magic that keeps you sane.
You're crazy.
Even if everyone else
I'm crazy,
isn't.
it's your fault. Running around behind my back. How am I supposed to trust you, goddammit?
Good. Another domestic dispute. That is a gun.
Whoa, sir. I think you ought to calm down.
Mind your own goddamn business.
You've got
Why
a
is
gun
everybody
pointed
always
at
on
someone,
my
you
case?
old fuck. Oh my god. Come on. Can we go to one crime scene that doesn't end with murder?
Officer down! Watch it!
Oh, shit.
Give it up, old man!
How the hell is this guy in good enough shape to run from me? What, you can't... Take cover here. Whew. Man, he soaks up a lot of lead for an old guy. Unbelievable. Another call, another scene, another
11K.
body.
Code
Or
4 at
four.
Alvera Street, but I'll need an ambulance. Shots fired, and suspect is down.
Cole Phelps' kill versus capture rate is not very good, at least the way I've been playing it. I'm amazed that this guy can even get into a car without having the guy on the radio freak out. Alright, let's get moving over. You know, I was looking through the trophies on this game, and I was a little bit amazed by it was such an arbitrary number, but there's a trophy for getting in 197. What is it? 194.7 miles. I was thinking about it, it's because the year of the game is 1947, but it's such a strange and arbitrary number to try to get people to hit. Just got the odometer ticking over the entire time. It's bizarre. Hobo Camp, 1218.
I fought. Where's my wife? Nobody cares about me. I took a
We're looking for a tall man with a disfigured face.
Seriously,
You know
support
him?
our veterans.
Huh? What? I fought in 2 wars, you know, son. I think I earned some peace and quiet.
The bum isn't here. We should follow the lead. These guys can wait.
Can I, like... I'm sorry, man. You got, like, a whole hell of a lot of PTSD and shit going on. I'm just gonna take a stroll through this hobo camp here real quick. Just to see what it's like. I really am interested because there's probably a bunch of, like, Okie type people out here who came during the Dust Bowl. Ramshackle. On an unrelated but somewhat related note, my father, when he was living in Florida briefly, he lived in a homeless community similar to this. He told me that the #1 thing that you need to do is find shit to do with your time. Like, if you can find, like, a 7-Eleven to go in and plug in one of those little charging batteries and then get yourself, like, a little portable DVD player, that shit will keep your morale going through all the odd jobs that you're gonna have to do. Still, it's no way to make people live. There's got to be something better we can do than making these guys... This shit looks post-apocalyptic. If you're outside of Fallout and you're living in one of those shacks, you've just got a rough run of it. Oh, sorry, partner. You coming back? Getting involved? Fantastic. Capital. So it's actually really annoying to me as I go back and edit these videos that they, due to copyright reasons, there's no music whenever I'm driving in the car. There is, like, a really fantastic selection of...
Excuse me?
There was no message.
Where?
On the Vic. The last bodies had something written onto them. This one didn't.
I'm failing to follow you.
Can't be the same guy is what I'm saying, right?
Yeah, the ring
Before
was
you
still
start
there,
trying
too.
to link this to Maldonado and all the others.
There are more factors to consider than the messages, Rusty.
This doesn't fit your pattern, Cole.
It doesn't.
End of conversation. Understand?
Anyway, yeah, there's a really nice, like, collection of Fallout-era style music, and, all of it is completely lost on my audience, unfortunately. I imagine it was the same way when I was doing Grand Theft Auto a little while back, but I wasn't smart enough to get my VOD captures on that, so that's all gone at some point. So at least I won't have to subject anyone to watching me roll down the side of a mountain losing a 5-star wanted level. Superior Laundry. Alright. We should just bring the homeless community over here. I bet that they got some shit they could use done. I got, like, what, $5 that I could have picked up at that first crime scene? No one was gonna miss it. That's the Robin Hood in me, I think. Steal from the rich,
Phelps
give
and
to the
Galloway,
poor.
LAPD. We're investigating a case, and one of your laundry labels came up. F1363.
If you give me a minute, I'll go find a register and you can take a look.
Not certain, well, definitely certain if racial stereotype.
You take a look for yourself. I've got clothes that need pressing.
Dude's got that Mr. Rogers sweater vest going.
That dress, is it there?
Alright, so just real quick, clues. Go in here, the laundry label. We're looking for the number F1363. 363. There we go. Miss T. Tarleton.
Mrs. T. Tarleton, 43
Tarleton.
Emerald Street, Westlake.
Okay, we got ourselves a location. Let's go scope this shit out. It's a nice storefront, honestly. Alright, let's get the hell out of here. Set as destination. Alright.
I've got a feeling we're about to meet another wife killer.
You've always got that feeling, Rusty.
Yeah.
Because
it's
everyone's
usually
doing it right
correct.
about now.
Please, for once, can you not let your assumptions color your detective work?
Just you wait. Nordic types show a particular disposition for this stuff.
I'm serious, like, the way that this has been going lately, this is a bigger craze than stacking young people in phone booths at this point in history. It's unreasonable how many dead women have been turning up. But then again, that was the Black Dahlia case.
Hello?
It just was.
Yes?
Detectives Phelps and Galloway. Is your wife home, sir?
My wife went out last night and she hasn't come home.
Can you describe your wife and what she was wearing?
We were out at a friend's place, Bobby Ross's, for a party. She was kind of dolled up. She had her green silk dress, open-toed white shoes. Those are her favorite shoes.
Can we come in, Mr. Tarleton? I'm afraid we have some rather bad news.
Uh-oh.
Do you have someone who can look after your children, Mr. Tarleton?
I've been trying to arrange a sitter. Look, tell me what's happened.
Your wife is dead,
I'm
and
afraid
we're
your
very
wife was
sorry.
murdered last night. Her body was found this morning. We're very sorry for your loss.
You could have, like, walked into another room for that. Although, leaving the kids next to that
I know this is a
fireplace,
difficult
depending
time,
on
Mr.
how
Tarleton,
intelligent your
but
kids
we
are.
I need you to answer some questions. First, we're going to take a look around.
What for? You don't think
It's procedure.
It is procedure.
You see to your girls.
Now is not the time to get angry, now is the time to grieve. Or let your girls go. Okay, there we go. Perfect. Take them elsewhere, please.
Stay here till Daddy's finished talking to these men.
Where's Mommy?
Everything's gonna be all right,
How did you not hear
we would
murder?
like Mommy to come home now, Daddy.
What's the problem, Tarleton? Let him search.
Oh, not what I wanted to do.
Operator, message for KGPL.
You want to hear something
Putting
funny,
you through
Tarleton?
now.
Some bums think filling out a missing persons report
Phelps,
actually
batch
rules them out as a
1247.
suspect.
How can I help, Detective?
Can you run an address for a Bobby Ross? Then send some uniforms over.
Oh, okay. It's calling in the bum earlier.
No. Suspect says he was with Ross last night. We need to confirm the alibi.
I'll get a prowl car dispatched.
Maybe
Thanks.
I just activated the script too early. That's interesting. Alright. What do we got here? Matchbooks have been telling us a lot of shit over the course of this game.
To check if
Baron's
she was a
Bar.
regular.
Okay. Because everyone in the 50s smoked. It's the literal smoking gun.
If you'd excuse me, ladies.
No good to me.
No. Alright. There's the handbag.
So she went out without her handbag?
And we've got a
At least she
lipstick
was
too.
spared that particular indignity.
Okay. There we go, and that's probably got an address on it.
She'd have to be in quite a state to leave this behind.
Okay. Boot prints covered in the mud of... yeah.
You can see if Pinker can match the impression to the crime scene.
And there's size 8 again. At this point, I'd start wearing 7s just to freaking
I'll
lie
be out of your way
about it.
momentarily, ladies.
There was nothing else in the... oh, okay, let's check this.
Seems irrelevant.
Yeah. Yes, it does.
It'll take a smarter man than me to connect that.
What about the drawings on the wall? Kids usually draw all kinds of shit that could be related. It's another duplicate?
Doesn't give me anything to go on.
Oh, okay. I guess she's just got multiple purses. Nothing on the bed. There we go. Pictures tell a story, usually.
Baron's bar again. Someone must be real sweet on this dive.
Definitely a regular.
I wonder why the picture was turned down.
Yeah, this guy's starting to look like the murderer. Definitely starting to look like the murderer.
For the record, Mr. Tarleton, what is your wife's name?
Teresa.
Possible suspects.
Do you have any idea why anyone would want to hurt your wife?
No. Everyone loved Teresa. She was so full of life. It can't be anyone who knew her.
Was it another alcoholic? Let's good cop this.
So you don't know anyone who would want her dead?
No, I don't.
Probably not the right
You said
choice.
you went to a party at Bobby Ross's place?
That's right. Bobby had a bunch of people over. We were having a good time. She said she was bored and decided to leave.
Bad cop.
You let your drunk wife leave the party and go off on her own?
Good point.
Look, I was angry. I was having a good time. She has to go and ruin it. We always have to do what she wants to do. Last night she wanted to go dancing.
Any idea where?
Where she always goes. Bar down on North Beaudry Avenue.
Barron's.
Barron's bar. She goes there, drinks too much, gets maudlin, and calls me. I go and bring her home.
Victim state of mind.
Mr. Tarleton, was Teresa happy at home?
Yeah, I think she was.
Not based on that photograph being put down. Let's take a look here where that comes up. Bad cop.
Spill it, Tarleton. We like the look of you for this, so you'd better give us something.
We're at the party. She has a few and says she wants to go out dancing. We only have the sitter until 9. I get mad. I tell her to go ahead, but I'm staying. She storms out. Look, I'm doing well at cards. I hardly ever do well. I married her because she was so much fun, but now she drives me fucking crazy.
I believe that.
What time did she leave the party?
About 8:30, maybe a little earlier.
When was the last time you saw your wife?
Around 8:30. The card game at Bobby's was wrapping up. I played out my hand and drove home here. I paid the sitter and went to bed.
Let's take a look at the notebook. What do we got going on here? Approximately 2 a.m. So there's a window between... There's a window of time that we need to account for between 9 o'clock and... between 8:30 and 2 a.m. Bad cop.
In sickness and in health. To love and to cherish, Lars.
And you're the perfect husband, I suppose.
Yes, but I'm
Thanks
here.
for answering our questions, Mr.
2 out of
Tarleton.
4.
You'll need to go downtown to identify your wife's body.
I should have taken her dancing.
In my experience, Mac, if you give in to broads, you'll be giving in to them your entire life.
You're a paragon of good decision making when it comes to women.
Appreciate your time, sir.
All right.
You believe this guy's story?
Kind of rings true.
Yeah. Let's go to Barron's bar.